The Bank of Australia is widely expected to raise interest rates today at its July board meeting to bring down the inflationary pressures in the economy. Joining us live is our business reporter, Edward Boyd. Ed, markets are expecting a 50 basis point rate hike today.
50 basis points, that is the main expectation from economists and the market. They're giving that an 80% chance, so that's pretty likely. So we can put up on the screen for you what that'll actually mean for the cash rate. You can see it's going to jump to 1.35%, so that will be the highest the cash rate has been since the middle of 2019. It was 1.25% in June 2019, and in May 2019 it was at 1.5%. So this would be the highest the cash rate has been in the last 3 years. In fact, it goes back so far on our chart we can't actually see it there, but you can see the cash rate over the last couple of years there on that chart, and you can see how it was at a record low of 0.1% for more than 12 months, and it's now done a complete U-turn, and it is just starting to rise, and it's going to continue rising pretty sharply, Ash, for the rest of this year.
And Ed, what impact is the flooding that we're seeing in Sydney? Will that have an impact on inflation?
It's going to have a big impact on inflation. So those parts of Sydney that are now being flooded, there's a lot of agricultural farms out there, poultry farms, lettuce farms, fruit and vegetables basically. And they're now being inundated with water. So there's a suggestion in the Australian newspaper today that there's $1 billion of produce that's under threat now from these floods. And you can see inflation here on the screen really starting to ramp up over the last couple of quarters, and we'll get the June quarter in the next couple of weeks. At the end of July, we'll see those numbers and expect inflation to continue rising. And we've already seen the impact of inflation at the supermarket on the lettuce shortage that we've had on the east coast of Australia. That's just going to get worse. So that's going to add to the inflationary pressures in the economy. And inflation, the RBA says it's going to hit 7% by the end of this year, but it could now potentially be a little bit higher than that. So we may get a little more clarity from the Reserve Bank governor at 2:30 today in their statement when he makes his decision this afternoon.
And Ed, we already do know, of course, that this is just the beginning, that we've been warned to expect further rate rises down the track.
A lot of economists are pricing in the cash rate to be at 2.35% by the end of this year. So if it does go up to 1.35% this afternoon, that means there's another full percentage point that the cash rate will have to be lifted by December. So we know rates are just going to keep rising, Ash, for hitting all household budgets.
Ed Boyd, appreciate your analysis. Thank you.